This is our 2008 Honda Element SC. Here is our factory radio, and today I just hit 200,000 miles on old girl. So to celebrate the 200,000 mile leg, let's go ahead and install some Apple CarPlay here into my Honda Element. These are all the items we're gonna need for this radio install. We do of course have our head unit itself. This is a Honda Element, so we do have our Metra install kit, the wiring harness kit, basic screwdriver. Next up, of course we have a pair of needle nose pliers and some heat shrink wrap right here. Lastly, a pair of pry tools will get the job done. In order to get off this trim panel right here beside the radio, we're gonna pry from underneath. There's two simple and easy to pry tabs. Let's go ahead and try prying up at it first with this one. See if we can't get a corner under there somewhere. Found it. Just like that, it pops straight out right there. And do the same on this side. Just like that. That came off so easy. From there, you're gonna have 4 Phillips head screw bolts you can use. I think it might cross over to a socket if you need to as well, but we're just gonna use trusty old screwdriver today. Just like that. For the first time in 200,000 miles, it's out from the dash. All right, guys, let's take a look at the back of this radio. It's really simple. You just have to unplug all of these different clips, but here's what it looks like. It's truly as simple as that, guys. Now our factory head unit is out and ready to be swapped out for our new Apple CarPlay unit. We did go ahead and go with Metra for our dash trim as well, but we'll get to that next. This blue one here is what we're gonna clip straight directly into the factory harness. Gotta keep everything as close to factory as possible. And then we have our 5-pin, get that bad boy in as well. And look at that, just like that, guys, we have fresh wiring here for our new stereo, and the RCA cables needed to work with the new stereo as well. The moment I've been waiting for. Time to get this bad boy unboxed. Let's see what we're looking like here. Haven't opened it up yet, so I'm not exactly sure what to expect. I just went ahead and got a double DIN for this bad boy because I knew that's what we were gonna need. Nice, nice, nice. Got a bunch of wires here. Our instruction manual. And that bad boy. Woohoo! Yes, sir. Oh, nice. We also have an included remote too. Look at that. That is beautiful. This is our brand new Pioneer Apple CarPlay head unit. It should be a super simplified install. We have a microphone here. We have this cable here, which is going to allow us to bridge these two harnesses right here together. We're then going to use the RCA wires that came provided with the new deck to plug directly into the ones from the Metra harness. Now, one thing that I don't think you guys will be able to see, all these wires are color coded and labeled so that way you know how to use them. You only got 5 wires you gotta attach right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With this Metra harness, it really makes it a super simplified process. Definitely not sponsored by them, but I wish I was. So if you've never used heat shrink wrap before, it's super easy and it's way better than electrical tape, and that's what you're going to want to use on this job. These are the wires from the harness that came with the stereo. These are the wires from the Metra harness right here. They're all color coded, and all we gotta do is connect them together. Go ahead and introduce a section of heat shrink wrap. That'll be good right there. Just cut a small piece. You're gonna slide that straight over the wire, just like that. And then you twist these 2 wires together. So let me do that real fast. Once you have your wires nice and twisted together, all you gotta do is slide over your heat shrink wrap, just like that. Then expose it to some heat with a lighter. You don't need to melt the wire, you just gotta briefly heat it up, and then the wrap will begin to shrink. And just melt her down. That heat allows the wrap to shrink to the wire, and you can see the wire is right there in the middle. Get it heat shrinked. Now we have our harness that came with the radio itself. These wires are going to connect here to these wires that came with the Metra conversion kit. Conveniently, with this Metra kit, everything is labeled right here on the back. It's going to help us match up our RCA wires with the wires provided. Now that I got my new harness all wired up and ready to go, it's time to go ahead and plug it in here. I'm also going to be installing a USB wire here, so we're going to need to route this here. I'm going to go through the driver's side down here, so give me just a minute to do that. Alright guys, it is now time to go ahead and plug in our stereo. So, looking at the connections, of course we have our USB, we have our power supply, and we have our harness wires. Let me just set it down right here while we go ahead and install this trim piece. This right here is going to be our Metra in-dash trim kit. This is what we're going to use to hold the double din securely with the existing factory bolts. So we're just going to go ahead and rig this thing up today just to make sure it works. I got these brackets on the side of my radio. Now we're going to go ahead and plug in these harnesses one more time. Now we just got to install the original 4 factory screws back here and then pop on our trim piece. Alright guys, we got all 4 screws back in. And there you have it. I think this 1770 NX by Pioneer is a perfect fit for my 2008 Honda Element. The only thing I don't like about the Metra dash kit is how it sits a little bit recessed in the bezel. Other than that, it was a seamless installation. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below in the comment section. And until next time, I'll be out this thing. Peace!